All right, let's get right into it. Have you ever thought about what happens when the different medicines you take, well, meet? Inside your body, they're having these secret conversations. Some are good, friendly chats. But others, they can be downright dangerous arguments. So today, we're going to decode these chemical conversations. I mean, really think about it for a second. You pop a pill for your blood pressure, right? And then maybe something for a headache. We all do it. Most of us are taking more than one thing. Prescriptions, over-the-counter stuff, even vitamins. But how often do we actually stop and ask, hey, what happens when all of these meet up inside me? And this really breaks it down perfectly. It's like a story with two very different sides. On one side, you've got these helpful alliances. This is where drugs team up, working together to get a better result. But then, there's the other side, harmful conflicts. This is when they clash, creating all sorts of unexpected and sometimes really dangerous problems. Okay, so we're talking about these conversations, but what does that actually mean on a chemical level? Let's lay out a clear definition so we're all on the same page. So here it is. A drug interaction is basically when one drug changes how another one works. And it's not just about making a drug weaker. Oh no. An interaction can make a drug way too strong, sometimes dangerously so. Or it can even create a totally new, unexpected effect that you were not banking on. Okay, I know this might all sound a little scary, but let's pause for a second and start with the good news, because there's a lot of it. Many of these interactions are not only not bad, they're actually brilliant medicine in action. Yeah, you heard that right. Doctors do this on purpose. They intentionally pair certain drugs together, turning a simple prescription into a really powerful, super targeted strategy. This is a huge part of modern medicine. And check out some of these brilliant strategies. For high blood pressure, for example, a doctor might combine an ACE inhibitor with a diuretic. Why? Well, they have this synergistic effect. Basically, 1 + 1 = 3. They do way more together than they ever could alone. Or think about the last time you got a numbing shot at the dentist. They often add adrenaline to the lidocaine. That's on purpose. The adrenaline keeps the numbing agent right where it needs to be, so it lasts longer. See? These are powerful, totally planned pairs. But of course, that brings us to the other side of the coin, the accidental clashes, the harmful conflicts that we all need to be aware of. And this right here is the heart of the matter. While some interactions, sure, they're well known, but a lot of them, they can be super unpredictable. And that is why it is absolutely vital for your doctor, your pharmacist, to know every single thing you're taking. So who are the usual suspects? This gives us a pretty good idea. We're talking about really common medications here. Stuff for your heart and blood pressure, diabetes meds, blood thinners, mental health meds. Things a lot of people are on. And the basic rule is, the more stuff you're taking, especially for long-term conditions, the higher your risk of an unwanted interaction. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do these conflicts even happen? The first way you can think of it is like a major traffic jam inside your body. It's all about the drug's journey from point A to point B. See, every single drug you take goes on this 4-part road trip. First, it gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Then, it's distributed, traveling to where it needs to go. Next, it's metabolized. That's just a fancy word for being broken down. And finally, it gets excreted or removed from the body. So, a pharmacokinetic interaction, that's just when one drug cuts in and messes up another drug's road trip at any one of those 4 stops. Now, the biggest traffic jam, the biggest bottleneck, usually happens during that metabolism step. This is mostly handled by your liver, which has this incredible cleanup crew of enzymes called CYP450. Think of them as the road workers, processing all the drugs to get them out of your system. And you can imagine, this is where things can get, well, very crowded. So stick with me on this. Imagine that an enzyme cleanup crew is working at a steady pace. Then, a drug called an inhibitor comes along and slams on the brakes. It slows the whole crew down, causing a massive traffic jam. Now, the other drug can't get processed, so its levels in your body start to rise, and that can lead to toxicity. But you can also have the opposite problem. An inducer drug comes in and hits the gas, making the enzymes work overtime. They clear out the other drugs so fast that its levels drop too low, and your treatment might not even work anymore. And believe me, this has serious, real-world consequences. That speed-up problem, induction, is a known reason why some birth control pills can fail. The hormones just get cleared out way too fast. And the slowdown problem, inhibition, well, some common antibiotics can slow down how your body breaks down statins, for cholesterol. The statin levels can build up and put you at a higher risk for some pretty nasty muscle damage. All right, that's conflict number one. Let's move on to the second type. If the first one was a traffic jam on the journey, you can think of this one as a battle that happens right at the final destination.
This is what we call a pharmacodynamic interaction. So in this case, the drug's journey was fine. No traffic jams, it gets to where it needs to go, the levels are perfect, but then another drug shows up and messes with its actual job. It might block it from working or even cause the total opposite effect.
Okay, let's look at a classic, and I mean life-threatening example of this. You've got nitrates for chest pain and sildenafil. Both of them are targeting the exact same molecule in the body, something called cGMP, which helps relax blood vessels. Here's the catch. Nitrates tell the body to make more of it, and sildenafil tells the body to stop breaking it down. You can probably see where this is headed. So what does happen when you've got one drug flooding the system and another one blocking all the exits?
The result is a massive, overwhelming flood of this cGMP molecule. Your blood vessels relax so much that your blood pressure can plummet to life-threateningly low levels. It is the definition of a perfect storm at the molecular level, and it's exactly why you were told never to take these two drugs together.
Okay, so we've looked at the planned pairs and the dangerous conflicts. The big question is, what can you do to stay safe? And the good news is, there's a very clear playbook for this. First things first, and honestly, this is the single most important thing you can do. Keep a complete, up-to-date list of every single thing you take. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Prescriptions, over-the-counter pills, vitamins, that herbal supplement you take, all of it. Because your doctor can't protect you from what they don't know about. Number two, always ask your doctor or pharmacist about interactions when you start something new. 3, if you notice any new or weird symptoms, report them immediately. And finally, a really important one, never ever mix injectable drugs unless a healthcare professional has explicitly told you they're compatible.
So, let's end with this thought. As our medicine gets more and more advanced, we're using more complex and powerful drugs together all the time. And that's incredible. It's saving lives. But it also means that the web of potential interactions is getting infinitely more complex. So maybe the next great challenge in medicine isn't just discovering new cures, but finally becoming fluent in the secret, intricate conversations our medicines are having inside us every single day.